Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, I'm Spirit Medium Laura, your host of this radio show. I've been channeling spirit for over 30 years and recently was chosen for the 2014 book, 100 Top Psychics in America. Here's how to LOVE love your readings on this radio show. L is for let spirit lead. O is for only one question or connection per caller. V is for validate all advice of a licensed professional. And E is for enjoy the show. Stay tuned for additional announcements. Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura. So happy to be here again with you this evening. Thank you all who are listening and called in, and everyone who will be listening to this in the future. Thank you for listening. Tonight we are doing the mix, and I also do another show on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, which basically is mediumship focus for the first 30 minutes or so, and then a mix of mediumship and messages after that. But we start off with a channeled message for everyone that listens, a more general message. And I'm the channeler. So I'm a channeler, I'm a medium, and I'm also a clairvoyant psychic. A number of other things as well. Metaphysics is one of my true bailiwicks, if you will. I've been studying that and acting on that using metaphysic principles for almost my entire life, actually. I was raised in that kind of a household. And one of the things that I've discovered lately is a combination of psychic ability with metaphysics and manifesting. That is a focus of mine. And I do have a book out, which I'm still trying to figure out. Susie's going to laugh at this. Hopefully she will laugh. Still trying to figure out how to position it properly because it is unique. And I've begun to become a bit confused by what people are looking for already on the internet versus what it really is, which is a revolution to the way we manifest. Maybe that's what I should call it, manifesting revolution. Yeah. Anyway, so if you'd like to be in the contest to win a free session, just join our mailing list. If I haven't already spoken to you, I do a little pre-screening in the queue for people waiting. So join our mailing list. And every month there's a contest to win. You'll compete with people in April if you're joining now. If you're doing this in the future in a different month, you're competing with who joined that month. Just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the upper right side of the screen there you'll see the contest entrance form, which is joining the mailing list. If you'd like to get a reading on the show, we're pretty busy, but in any event, hopefully I can get to you still. The phone number to call to get in the queue is area code 347-945-5849. That's 347-945-5849. And exclusive, a sale is going on for private sessions with me. If you'd like to get on board the Rolls Royce of psychic discernment, book your private session with me. Go to spiritmediumtv.com, and item 1 will allow you to link through to a sale opportunity in a private session. As well, you can watch the show live, which is really my talking head. Not very interesting, but I did bother to put on some makeup this evening. You can watch my head in front of the cam here at my computer at spiritmediumtv.com. Item 2 is also linked on various social media. And so there is a prayer that I already posted in the chat room, and I'm going to just do it very briefly. I'd like everybody that's listening and is waiting for connections to do the following. I'd like you all to prepare for your session. I'd like you to sit back in your chair, wherever you are, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe deeply from your abdominal area, allowing yourself to gently let go and relax. Gently let go and relax. If you're looking for an other side connection this evening, now would be a great time to ask for your loved ones in spirit to join you. As a matter of fact, ask them right now to come join you. If you're looking for a life question, then ask that spirit answer your question at this time. Just do that mentally. And also add in the following: for highest good of all, in highest love and light. And so it is. And on your next exhale of deep breathing from your abdominal area, I'd like you to imagine you're sending out your energy into your space. And I'm going to connect all of us energetically. I also ask Spirit will automatically disconnect us at the end of the radio show so that each of you will carry back your own energy to yourself. And so let's, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, transmit on exhale your energy. And we are all now connected. Isn't that exciting? We are in what is called a morphic field, and that's a fancy term for a psychic field of energy, which allows our work to begin. And I keep saying our work. It's an interesting concept, but it's not all about the psychic when you get readings or mediumship or anything else. You, the recipient of the information, are just as important as the psychic. I know that's kind of a revolutionary idea, but you are an antenna through which the energy of information flows. So, for example, if I get to you this evening and you're twisted and turning and I hear all noise in the background, well, your focus is off and so will your reading. So I will remind you of that. Just be focused and be relaxed and be open. So we will begin with a little brief I already did our meditation, a little brief prayer. A little brief channeling. We already did our prayer. Duh! I hope I'm a little bit more on the ball later when I'm working with you guys. And so give me one moment to connect to a higher realm. One moment, please. We are here. We are the ones. We have been working through you for some time on Earth. You meaning spirit medium Laura and all those that work with her. The energy goes through you to others on this plane called Earth. We work with all of you listening and others that she works with. The reason that we work with you, the reason that you have been attracted to this place, is because each of you is learning in your own way how to attain greater healing, greater health, and greater happiness on the plane of Earth. Each of you as souls has chosen to incarnate at this time on Earth for specific opportunity for growth, not available at other times in the Earth continuum. Yes, time is sort of an illusory, but not completely, for experience is simply filtered through the mask of time when one is on Earth. So at this time, you have specific opportunities. The opportunity for growth at this time as a soul is exceptional. And the focus of growth for those that have chosen this time on Earth is to learn how to move from a mortality way of thinking to an immortal way of thinking, to understand that you are all divine and infinite beings. And in so being, excuse the pun, in so being, you are also masters of your destiny. No one can tell you what to do. No one can force you into failure. Each of you is a magnificent being of light, and each of you has chosen to come in and orchestrate your free will at this time. Free will being the portal to your soul and what it sees for you this lifetime. Your soul speaks to you in the language of bliss. That which seems most happy to you, that which attracts you the most as being pleasurable or fun, that makes you feel peaceful when you think of it, is your soul speaking to you. And so we will leave you with the following thought and concept. Follow your bliss, and you will be led to a magical mystery force that only your soul possesses that will orchestrate success for you on the material plane as if you had a supernatural wand. Namaste. Okay, just give me one moment, please. Okay, back into the room, sort of, because now I'm going to a different vibrational level, which is where I connect with Earth, more Earth and souls that have transitioned, and your divine beings, that type of vibration. First person I'm going to go to is Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hi, thank you so much.
Oh, sure, honey, and thank you for calling in early and joining our mailing list and everything else. And now you've already said that you wanted an other side connection. So I'm going to reach out and see who is there for you. 1 second, please. Okay. Well, there is a person here that steps forward. I hear the word father. I don't see a father yet. I don't see anybody, but I feel very strongly that there's a male presence for you that is senior in energy. That could be a grandpa as well. But I also hear the word father figure. Okay, so I'm going to just develop that a little bit and come back to you in a moment, Rachel. One of the first things I'm getting is this person has a more of an olive to it's either tan or a browner kind of skin. Okay, and he's got full lips. A little bit of what is kind of smile lines around the lips is the funniest thing that I'm getting first for him. Let me see if I could step back for a moment, see if this develops a little. Slender physique, not overweight. I don't see him very tall. A heart of gold, he says, and very industrious with his time while he was on Earth. A planner, a doer, a mover, a shaker. Wouldn't let anyone get in his way when he had his mind made up about what he wanted to do. He also says type A personality, but he also laughs a little bit at that and says kinder sort, though, a kinder sort. Now, in other words, when we hear type A personality, we might think of somebody who's bossy and controlling, but he's adding in was a mover, a shaker, and a doer, but I also had sensitivity to others. He does seem to have, showing me a cigarette as if he smoked when he was on Earth. So now from the broad stroke of things, Rachel, can you pinpoint this person for anyone you would know?
No.
Okay.
No, we're all pretty fair-skinned.
Okay. Well, the skin could also be some. All right. Well, we'll just leave it the way it is. But I'm not sure who this person is. It could be for somebody else, or it could be just he has a browner complexion than most. And also, he says he's a father figure. Are you married, sweetie?
I am not.
You're not married? Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to let go of this for other than to move on and see who else is there for you, but I will honor it as somebody who is probably in your sphere of influence and comes in from another time or another, for some reason or other, he's coming in for you. He also, he's saying a little bit more. He says, I was a teacher of yours, a teacher of sorts. I helped you get your life together and organized a part of your life that was very difficult for you. I'm a healer and a helper, and I've come in this evening to help others on Earth. So what he is somebody that you've had exposure to sometime in your life. That's all I'll say about him. And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to develop something you're not immediately recognizing. Okay, so let's see what else we get for you. Oh, I forgot to do something else with you. If you took away the complexion, I'm going to review what I just said and see if you can frame it for someone you know. Type A personality, smart, not very tall, but not short, like a mid-height, slender, mover shaker type A behavior, and I'll see if I can get one or two more things that maybe you can relate to other than the complexion. Kind, discriminating, knowledgeable about many different things, and again he shows me cigarettes. Take away the complexion. Does this person fit anyone you would know, please?
The only person I knew that smoked cigarettes was my grandfather, but he doesn't match any of the other characteristics.
Okay.
And he did not have a fulfilling life on Earth.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave that alone then. I will leave it alone as best I can. I have to honor him. I don't know what to do with him. Hello? What am I going to do with this guy? Okay, now I'm going to do something a little different because Spirit always changes the way they work with me, which is interesting. But now I'm starting to hear some things about you, and that might open the portal bit better. Okay, you are very kind and discriminating. You're a very discerning individual. You're a person that opens doors for others, just like me. I was in your life for some time. I offered you tutelage and help in your, oh, he says homework, as if I was a teacher of yours. So he's going on and on. He's a teacher of yours. He's been around you during your life, and he knows you very well. And so he probably comes in from a time in your life where you were getting education, and you're not remembering who he is, nor do you know that he's in spirit. So that's one thing. Let me see if there's anything else I can do with this. Okay, you are very educated there, I'm also hearing. You've had a lot of schooling. What's the highest grade you completed, Rachel, honey?
I have a couple of bachelors and some education after my bachelor's.
Okay, you're highly educated. You're a highly astute individual. People come to you for knowledge and wisdom. You're a knowledge seeker and a wise one, just like us. These are your guides speaking to you, and this other person that's with you. I don't know how to. You don't have to know who he is. Okay, that doesn't matter. But I do have to go through this method to move us forward. So just bear with me for a moment, Rachel.
Okay.
You are an astute individual. You've studied hard in your lifetime. We've come in to help you. We are your loved ones from the other side, the spirits that you talk to at night when you're home alone. We're trying to help you in your life this time. Okay, but she's wanting somebody specific from spirit, sir. Whoever this is that I'm talking to, please help us. You know us as yourself. We've worked with you before. Okay. Okay. It seems to me that who's wanting to come through are guides for you. Okay, rather than a specific loved one. I do also feel a little bit of an energy from a mother sort, a mother figure, if you will, which is also sitting there. But I do have to say that for some reason or other, your guides are on your case before I bring in this other side connection. So they're trying to tell you something, and this one person who was a teacher of yours on earth is with them. So I'm going to finish that message for you, and then I'm going to just hunt around and see what else is there. 1 second. Okay, so what do you want to tell Rachel? Seems like you all are very anxious to give her some information. Don't lose faith in yourself, Rachel. You know a lot of things, a lot more than you realize you know. One of your caveats this lifetime around is doubting yourself. You are a knowledge seeker, but you also can share a lot of knowledge. You're a wisdom worker like us. We are the ones that have taught you much this lifetime around, this go around. You're a healer. You're a helper, and you're supposed to be working with your gifts to help others. So you're a knowledge worker, but also a healer and a helper, and they're encouraging you to use your gifts. Does that make sense to you, sweetheart, in some way? Because it feels like from this,
Yes,
okay, it does.
definitely.
Okay, because it feels like you're not acknowledging that or a little confused right now how to apply yourself, which they, spirit, your guide, your divine beings, and this teacher of yours feel you've overlooked or you're just, not seeking it right now. And so they want you to understand it. Now, is there a father figure, a mother figure? Who is it that you're wanting to talk to? I'm going to have to call them in a different way.
Sure. My mom.
Your mom. Okay. Because she's very light, very soft. Let's see if we can develop that a little bit. Okay. Divine beings, please step aside and help us with the mother connection. Okay. She says, oh, my darling. Now I see a wonderful lady. I see it. First thing I see is advancement in age. I don't know if she's your mom or your grandmom. She's older. She's more on a petite side with petite features, high cheekbones, skin's wrinkled, nose is a bit on the pointed side, or it's refined. Not a big nose, a slender nose, if you will. The hair is a little bit soft and kind of layered a little bit around the head, not super short, but not long. It's certainly not longer than the ears. There's a little bit of layering to it. It's kind of fluffy, a little bit of a wave, if you will. Let me see if I could get a little bit more from her. Now, she's seated on a chair, and she says the word, she says the throne, my throne, as if to, a little sarcastic, but in a fun kind of way. As if I believe she might have had some mobility issues getting around towards the end because she cares to show me herself this way. I also get the impression that she did live to an age where she might have had to have help getting around and or walking. In other words, perhaps not so steady on her feet. So far from what I'm saying, can you place this, please?
Yeah, that's my dad's mom.
Oh, okay. So as you can see, your own mom is not going to come in right now, but I advise you to come in another time for us, and we'll try to work that one through for you. I will finish with this lovely woman, and then I will go on to another caller, Rachel. Let me just see what I can do with her. There's heart trouble. With this woman, she says, I had heart trouble for some time. Do you understand heart trouble for the grandma you're thinking of, please?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah. She wants to help you a little bit also on this theme that we're talking about today. She's calling you beautiful names like my darling, my beautiful girl, all these lovely words in terms of endearment. She says, I didn't spend enough time with you when I was on earth. I would have liked to have provided for you more of the idea of the family legacy, who we really are, as a structured role model for you, someone that you could have learned from or relied upon. She says, so you see, I'm very disciplined, and I was very disciplined in this past life. And the idea here, she says, she's very smart. The idea here, she says, is to be disciplined. And she says, choose one thing to focus on. Give it what you have. She says also, you're on the right path now. She encourages you to continue, but don't get tempted to shift again, and this will be the answer to your glory. And with that, she says, adieu. Okay, Rachel?
Okay, that sounds great.
All right, honey. Thank you
so much.
Thank you, love. And call another time or set up a special private meeting, and we'll work on the other connections for you, honey. Thank you so much, love.
Okay, thanks again.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay. And so I will go to Rita, who is wanting another side connection. Rita.
Hello.
Hi, honey. You sounded a little bit, sad earlier, so I wanted to just kind of come to you and see what we can do for you. I know you're wanting another side connection. Let me see what I can do. Hold on, Rita. There's a few people in spirit for you. There's just not one. There seems to be a father figure. I also hear mother. I also hear a loved one. Let me just see if I can get the sense of these souls, honey, before I say anything. They're looking out for someone else that's in spirit for you. There's somebody else that is more important right now than a mother figure, father figure. This is for Rita. Okay, well, you step forward first then, sir, and then we'll see where this goes. The first one that seems to want to present is a father figure. He's the strongest energy. I have a significant sense that this is leading somewhere. I'm not sure where. In other words, sometimes a parental figure comes in because there's somebody else we need to talk with. Let me just go to that first. Okay, so this person is masculine, very masculine looking. He's got, in his original hair color, it looks like it's dark. He's got squared off shoulders. He's rugged looking in his physique, healthy most of his life until the end, and there's a suddenness to his passing. He says he didn't live that long so that he could, he's rustic. Oh, he's giving me a few things at once. He says he didn't live so long so as to deteriorate it. His passing was rather sudden, and there was no prolonged illness that goes along with this. It was sudden and unforeseen, and nobody really understood what happened to him. He also says, now I lost the train on that, something about the word rustic background, or rustic history. In other words, he might have lived in an area that was more rural than citified. I'm not quite sure how to develop that. I just heard the word rustic. Let me see if there's anything else. You haven't given me enough, sir, for her to identify you, I don't think, so you need to give me some more stuff. I'm talking to the soul and spirit. I'm a family member. You know me well. coughing, chest problems. Okay, now you're saying you had an illness for some time. A moment ago you said you didn't. Please help me here. Oh, it did.
Makes sense.
What was that, honey?
It makes sense.
Okay, because what he just was about to add is I did have the illness, but nobody knew. He just added that on.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody knew I was ill. I was coughing and choking a lot, but nobody understood what was going on. Finally, I transitioned rather rapidly after it was understood what was going on. He says, I'm here now and I'm very, very peaceful, my dear loving Rita. And I have a feeling, I keep going back between, it seems like a parental energy to me, like a father figure. Do you understand this, please?
Yes.
For your father or
Yes.
father figure? Okay.
He's my dad.
It is your dad. Okay. He says, I'm here with other members of the family too. I'm not alone. People are caring for me. My transition was sudden, and I'm sorry that I had to leave you like that and everyone else. I'm sorry that I didn't leave on a positive note, and then he laughs a little bit and says, how can one leave really on a positive note? But he means a prolonged closure, that everyone would have had that sort of sense of transition and ramping up for this or down for this, or whatever you might want to say, prepared for his transition. Okay, there's also an animal with him. There's a dog, a big dog, a dog that likes to bark. A really big dog. Have you lost an animal recently also, Rita?
Not recent, but I know who it is.
Okay. This dog is rather, quite adorable, but also quite ferocious when it barked. I'm sure it was friendly to family members, but I'm sure the dog could be very good at protecting the family with its bark, because it shows me that now, and actually stands next to your father, barking up a storm. And he seems, yeah, and he seems a little bigger, like a larger dog versus a smaller dog, and looks a little bit like a German Shepherd. I don't know breeds that well, but I'm only seeing a blur of him. But there he is next to your father, and he says there's other family members. Now he's going to go to a personal message for you, and then we'll move on to somebody else. He says, don't forget about your own health, Rita. You're taking precautions right now to get healthy. Oh, okay. Are you having some kind of health issue right now, Rita?
I'm working on it.
Okay, so you understand what he means by that. Okay. He says you will get better soon. Don't worry about a thing, my love. Don't worry about a thing. He says it seems like it's probably something similar, maybe in the chest area for you. He says this sort of thing does run in the family of it, like we have a weakness in that area. He says, but you're going to be just fine because you're catching it early. Okay, sweetie, I hope that makes sense to you, love.
It does.
All right, love. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm going to let you go now so I can get to some other people waiting, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to Lena, who's been waiting a while in the queue. She wants another side connection. Hello, Lena. How are you this evening?
Hi, Laura. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, honey. And I won't ask how you're doing because I don't want you to reveal anything. Now, I know I brought in your mother a few times from the other side. Is there... Oh, okay, there's somebody else too. I assume you want to speak with your mother, but I also feel there's somebody younger than you that's male that's in spirit. Maybe it's not very close. Maybe it's not really close to you, but there's a younger person as well. And let me just, because your mom is standing there, but she's not stepping forward. There's a sense of a younger person who's male. Do you know off the top of your head anybody who's male that's younger than you that you want to speak with, please?
Could be my nephew.
Yeah. Well, he's wanting to speak more tonight. Did you have an agenda, honey? Did you want me to bring in somebody specific?
No, that's okay. Whatever is important that comes through will come through.
Okay, because your mom is there, but she's sort of like quiet, and the sense of this younger male to you. You said your nephew. Is that your sister's son, honey?
No, it's my brother's son.
Your brother's
who's
son?
Also in spirit.
Oh, wow, you got a whole slew of people there. Wow. Well, let me go to the younger. Let me go to the younger one. He's with his father, he says. I'm assuming it's the father of this boy. There seems to be
Yes.
something passing for him. Actually, it seems like it's an accident. Doesn't and also that your brother was involved with this. In other words, it was sudden for both of them. Do you understand accident, please?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Lena, you've had so many things to have to adjust to.
Yes, I've had a very bad 5 years.
Oh,
Maybe 10.
my goodness. And there's also something about a father figure that's with him as well. I don't know if it's grandpa or if it's your actual father, but here's something about your father.
Yep.
Father's there. Everybody's
My-
your own father. Oh my God, you poor thing.
Yeah.
There's been
Yeah.
one family tragedy after another.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
family tragedy after another. Looks like your father had a heart problem. Can you please confirm that?
Mm. Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
So it's sudden. Then you got the accident of your nephew and your brother, and then of course
Yep.
your mother died of another cause. I'm gonna
My
see.
mother.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
she died of cancer. All right.
Yes.
All right. So here we have your whole family lined up in front of me. I don't usually have this happen. I think they want to all tell you together, have faith, keep the faith. We're all here with you. We're not separate from you. So we don't want you to feel ever that you're alone. And that's the first message for you. Let me see if there's anything in the nephew category, because he was the one that was stepping forward the most. Do you want to say anything, darling? Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the struggle. We're all here with you, he says. He says, if I can be optimistic after what happened to me, he says, you can be optimistic after what happened to you. He says, don't let anyone get in your way. He says, speak up for yourself more. And he says, people won't be fearful of you having a voice for yourself. Speak up for yourself, Aunt Lena. Speak up for yourself. And you'll find that things will get better for you. So his message is just, speak up. You might have felt in the past that speaking up only got you poor results. He's saying, no, it'll get you better results. So that's his opinion. You may have, a different opinion, but that's his opinion. Now, I do have a sense that you do still have a sister on earth, if not a sister-in-law. I don't know if it's both, but I do have a sense that you have a sister on earth. Is that correct, please?
Yes.
Okay, she helps you a lot, I hear, at least for moral support here and there. But there's also somebody else who you don't talk to much anymore that also feels like she was a sister to you. Do you understand, please?
Yeah, actually, it's his mother who doesn't talk to me. And then my sister, I actually have 3 sisters. But my oldest, we don't talk. We haven't talked for a long, long time since my mother passed away.
Right. So I get this sense some of these sisters are not talking to you. There is one that does talk to you, but there's only so much that the one that is kind to you can do. And ultimately, it comes up to you and God, right? You and God. So, yeah. You sound better, though, now, Lena. You do sound a little bit better. So they're all
just getting over a cold.
Oh, well, that's good, sweetie. But I mean, other than that, it sounds like you're a little bit more optimistic. Like maybe things are getting a little bit better for you. If not, my love, the message from them is we're hanging there. We're all there with you. We haven't forgotten you for a second. And we are just a heartbeat away or a thread away, a vibration away. And I'm going to give you something else to go with this before I send you on your way. And that is how they're communicating with you, because they are communicating with you, but you need to improve that so that you get that sense of them, on a day-to-day basis. So let me see if I can get a sign or symbol or how. We're in your head a lot talking to you. Oh, so you're very psychic, Lena, and you must get messages from them all the time. They say they're confirming that when you're hearing us speak, we are speaking to you. Sometimes we warn you, and please take the warnings carefully, and take them seriously. Don't ignore when you feel you shouldn't go in a certain direction. They say that will be coming up soon. There'll be a message coming into your head about serious serious change or direction to go in. There's going to be something you're offered, but you're not going to want to do it. You'll sense that this is the wrong thing to do. They're agreeing with you. It hasn't happened yet. It's something that's going to be coming in. It's what seems to be a new opportunity, but you're going to get a feeling at the pit of your stomach of uneasiness about it, and they're telling you when that happens, that's us telling you that it's really not the right choice, and there's something right behind it that's much better for you. It is in the area of work. 1 second, let me just see if it's work. Yeah, it's more money oriented than anything else, more enterprise oriented than anything else.
It's not a home, because this guy that I used to know, he might offer me a place to live, but I don't know if I don't know if that's what you're talking about, or.
Yeah, well, they also said love was related, work and love. So I think what they mean is money and love. In other words, it could make your life easier, you're thinking, but it might be somebody you used to be with, a man you used to be with. So that's the thing. Don't do it.
Is this a guy I used to date? I mean, is this Luke, or is this somebody else? Because I had a few contacts in the past month, and
well, they said it hasn't. They said it hasn't happened yet. So let's see which one develops. Oh. And it's going to be one that you're going to have a funny feeling in the pit of your stomach that there's just something not right about this. But they said it hasn't happened yet, and maybe you'll be re-asked by some of the people who have already asked you. But they said it has to do with work, which I could also generalize to money and love. So if it's past relationship and he's going to try to ease your burden and you don't feel right about it, okay, and it's spirit, your loved ones in spirit, giving you a sign that they're paying attention to your life and trying to help you as best they can. And there's one other thing coming in about this. Don't go back to what didn't work before. It will never work for you. Move forward to new opportunities and new adventures. There is somebody coming in new for you with a new opportunity, and it will have love associated with it, but it also will have money and other things that will improve your life. Be optimistic, my dear. There's new things coming in for you.
Okay, I will.
All right, honey. Thank you for calling in, Lena. God bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye, honey. Bye. Okay, I'm going to go to some live questions now. Oh, there's somebody here in the chat room that's talking a lot. I don't know who that person is. I'll let it go, because otherwise I get very distracted. Okay, I am going to go to Nathaniel, who has a live question. Hi, Nathaniel.
Hi.
Hi, honey. Now, again, don't give me your background of the situation. Just give me the question. What is the question, please?
Yes, I'm going to do a work comp claim at my last job, and I want to see how it's going to turn out.
Okay. Again, don't give me background, work comp claim. So let's just go to, well, how will the claim, the insurance claim work for him? Let's go to that. 1 second, please. Nathaniel. Well, we already told you that you were going to be making money from a legal thing. I believe this is it. Is this the same thing that we remember when we said that me, your guys said that to you a while ago? Remember on the radio show? We said
I remember, yes.
Okay. I think this is this.
If you're not.
I'm just trying to.
I didn't know if you were talking.
I'm trying to ascertain if this is the same thing. Remember when I said that to you, you said I just got a call about a legal action the other day. Is this the same thing, honey? I'm just trying to find that out. Nathaniel?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay, all right, let me just continue. All right. Will he get it, yes or no? Yes or no? I have to have all that clear before I go forward, so I don't have any assumptions that are incorrect. That's all I wanted. That's why I do that. 1 second, please. It's going to work out for you. It does look like it will come through. I'm not sure if it's going to make you rich, but it certainly is going to help a little bit. But okay, there's also something else. It looks like you're still going to have to work at something. You can't just sit back and wait for this. You do have to get some kind of income coming in. So are you saying this is going to be a disability, like social? It's a workman's comp, I see. So it would be like a settlement. It doesn't necessarily lead you into Social Security disability, correct? Nathaniel?
Right.
Okay, yeah, it's a lump sum kind of thing. Okay, there will be a settlement in your favor. It will come sooner rather than later. What they're going to want to do is get it off the books as soon as possible. It's a big embarrassment to them, the hiring company, or whoever you work for treating their employees so badly, you in particular. It's bad for their image. And for some reason or other, that's going to be implied in the settlement. And that's why it will work in your favor and it will be done so quickly. They have seen the error of their ways. They will not treat other employees this way ever again. And that you will get monies coming to you. So I see a very positive prognosis for this, Nathaniel.
Cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. It was for heat. You said heat prostration or something, and you're using the word cool right now.
Heat stroke.
Heat stroke. Oh, yeah, yeah. And you're saying cool. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it? Poor baby, you had heat stroke. Oh, poor baby. All right. Well, the answer is it looks like it's going to be ruled in your favor. It looks like it was a odd kind of one-of-a-kind thing. The company that was involved in this, or whatever the hiring organization is extremely embarrassed. It's a bad PR thing for them. So it looks like it will be settled quickly. Okay, my dear, I'm going to run because I got a lot of people waiting. Okay, darling?
Well, thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you, honey. Bye. Bye. Okay, I'm now going to go to Laura, who has a live question. Hello, Laura. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so what? Just give me your question and not a lot of extraneous details, okay?
Okay, so I started a new contract a few weeks ago, and I'd like to know what you see in store for me with that contract.
Okay, let's see. New contract for Laura a few weeks ago. It's going to work out for you. It's going to get better than you thought. I know there's a lot of uncertainty behind it, how long it will last, if you'll do well at it, all of these other things. And in particular, what I get is a sense behind all of it. The really big thing is, will I have something more permanent, either from this or something else? Does that resonate for you, Laura, please?
Yeah, that definitely resonates.
Okay, so this is going to work out, and I'm going to check to see if it could be the permanent, it turned to something permanent. When they say work out, I'm going to give you details on what is meant by that. Okay, hold on. When it works out, Spirit, what does this mean for her? Well, you'll be having a longer employment with them than you had thought was possible. It doesn't look right now like they're thinking permanent. However, it looks like as we move into the future with this, you will be sought after. And it could very well. Right now, it's not set in stone, but I see you staying there longer and longer and longer. And finally, they're going to say, well, why don't we just hire her? You're going to decide then whether or not you really want to be hired, because there's certain advantages to being a contractor over being a full-time employee in this organization, and you might choose the latter. To be a contractor in a long-term assignment. The pay is better, and you have a little bit more personal autonomy. So the bottom line is it looks almost like it's a permanent job, but you remain as a contractor indefinitely. But there will be a time where it will be discussed as to whether or not they want to make you permanent, or whether or not you want to stay contractor. I have a feeling you're probably going to want to stay contractor, because it is sort of like a permanent contractor, which is a very nice thing to have. Wow. Yeah.
So you think it could go past 2 years then?
I didn't really see what the timing was. Let me see. It's gonna be, you're gonna be there so long it will feel almost full time. Will it be 2 years? Yes, it could be. Don't worry about the timing. Just worry about doing well in the job the contract and using your skills there to be in service. You should never, ever, ever worry about the future. You're highly employable, and everyone does need your skills, is what I hear. So if it doesn't last for 2 years, or it lasts longer or shorter or whatever it is, doesn't matter, because you're in a continuum of constant employment. It's always uncertain. We're all uncertain of our future. But one of the ways to become more secure is to choose to feel secure first. And Spirit is encouraging you to understand that you are very skilled. And if this doesn't last 2 years, then there'll be something right underneath it. But I do feel it will. To answer your question, I do feel it will. But if it doesn't, there's going to be something else so quickly lined up that it will be like nothing was skipped. Nothing was skipped. Never skipped a beat. So Laura, yes, Laura, you've got great employability, and you're highly skilled, and don't ever feel insecure, darling. Okay?
Thanks, Laura.
You're welcome, honey.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love. Bye-bye. Okay, and so I don't think I did Kathleen yet. I was talking to her earlier, but I don't think I worked with her. Kathleen, I haven't worked with you yet right here, have I? I talked to you before the show. Okay, honey. Yeah, so so you have a live question, and just give me the question. Don't give me a lot of background, okay?
Okay, I'm going to give you a name now. There's a person I know that I dated probably 2010, 2011. His name is Anthony Joseph, but I call him Joe. And I want to know if you saw anything becoming of it, or seeing each other again.
All right, let me see what I get here.
Or if he's happy in his situation.
Hold on, honey. I have a feeling that you must have heard from him lately, or for some reason or other you're thinking of him lately. Something happened.
He called me today.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Joe. He's more curious about you. First thing I want you to know is he's curious about you. I'm going to move it forward. Hold on. He needs to know how you're doing first before he would reveal anything about himself. You did tell him you're doing fine, and you were sort of opaque. You didn't really reveal much to him. He was not able to get what he needed, which was a sense of where you are in time, what you're doing, what you're up to. He seems to have a nice attitude, like he's interested in your welfare. I still haven't gotten the answer to your question, sorry, but I have to give you everything as it comes in. He's interested in your welfare. He likes you, feels good about you. I want you to know that his warm feelings towards you. Now, is he happy with his current situation, Spirit? Yes or no? No, he's not happy in his current situation. He seems to be looking for a way out. He hasn't made a commitment to move in any one direction just yet. So what he's doing is testing the waters.
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
Okay, and please don't judge me, and I don't think he would, but we dated probably about 2010, 2011. And I really have nothing. I live in housing, but he is like a millionaire. And he just got married in September, his second marriage. But he does call me, and he asked me about the guy I'm seeing. He is interested in my welfare. And he said to me today, he said, please don't lose my number. And I didn't even call him. He goes, just in case things don't go well. What do you get from that?
Well, as I mentioned, I would be very careful if I were you, okay? Because you're in a vulnerable situation. But the bottom line is what I already told you, that he's testing the waters, and he has not made a firm... No, with you. He has not made, in other words, he's trying to see if there's any kind of, if you'd be interested in seeing him, but he hasn't made a commitment to leave this person yet, the one he's with. There's no decision to leave or to stay or anything there. It's kind of like kicking, what do you call that? Kicking the can. down the street,
Yeah.
testing the waters, no real firm anything. So you're in a vulnerable situation because he does have money, you don't. You've just said that. No judgment here. And so, sometimes he could wield a little power, but I don't feel he's that kind of person as I say that. In other words, I don't feel he's going to try to use you or anything like that. But what I see is, no, I don't think so. What I think is he's kicking the can, testing the waters, seeing where you're at, and I'm not, as I mentioned a moment ago, he's not so happy where he is right now. I'm going to try to end this quickly because I have to go to one of the...
Speaks highly of.
Okay. I feel that she's a bit younger than him and a little immature in some areas. And there's a sense of him sort of a little bit in a mentor position there, which I don't know if he cares for that so much. Although the girl that he's...
Well, he's a little older, and she owns a jewelry business, a big major one.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Right up there with him.
No, I was going to say that she's successful, but yet she's younger than him. I didn't get the word out because he was saying that. She has her own presence. She has her own...
She is a few years older. Maybe she acts younger, do you think?
Older than him?
Yeah, just by a few years.
Oh, okay.
I guess she's, very hot looking. I don't know if that means younger looking.
No. I don't see her physically. What I get is a sense of being immature compared to him. So I just want to say that I don't care what her age is. And maybe her business, she may have her own business, she may be doing well for herself, but maybe not in the same league as him. So whatever it is, there's a sense of him being more dominant in energy than her in some areas. And in other areas, her having her own power and her own strength. So I just, take it as far as an energy goes. Maybe literally the age is not a difference there. So bottom line is he's testing the waters. He hasn't made any decisions one way or the other. He does care about your welfare. That's what I get. Cares about your welfare.
I get that too.
Yeah.
Does he have feelings romantically too for me?
So I have to get going now because I'm going to get going now, Kathleen, because I have to get to somebody else who's waiting in the queue. But if you listen to this, you'll hear I've already answered that question. Okay, honey? Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go to Deb. Deb, you've been waiting very patiently. I know you have a life question. Go ahead and ask it, darling. And don't give me a lot of background.
Okay. It's more of a career. Just wanting to know if you have any insight on my career.
Well, your career is going to get better is the first thing I hear. They're saying to me, don't stick your head in the sand so much about success. You will get out of the trap you're in, but you do need to get your head out of the sand and start taking steps forward. So it seems like maybe you went into a state of avoidance, or you don't want to deal with things because it seems difficult, or more difficult than deal. In other words, rather than deal with things, it seems like you're stepping back from things. So you have to move forward. You have to deal with things. Your career will get better, but you need to put some effort in. You need to face the music and do what you need to do, and then things are going to get better. So you're right now, they're telling me you're in a position of stasis or stalemate. It's like you're deer in the headlights, stopped. Another term they just used was head in the sand. So you have to take action. I'm sorry for all the words and the overly wordiness of this answer, but you have to take action. Don't be afraid of it, because your career will get better. You do have abilities. You are hireable, and you are very knowledgeable about the subject that you'd like to work in, but you haven't taken much action yet. What is it that you're trying to do, Deb?
Well, there's just been a lot of moving around, moving and shifting, and now the vice president of the company is thinking about leaving and is wanting us to follow her to the next place, and I'm not certain I should do that.
Okay, so what just came through was head in the sand, like you didn't want it, you haven't really looked into what it would mean to You have a lot of skills. You're very capable. You're like a deer in the headlight. Okay, deer in the headlights would mean this, but you're not taking any action. So maybe they mean you should. Just give me initials of the woman. Let me just see what this is all about. Give me the name, her initials, please.
IA.
IA. Hold on. Should she move to with IA? Yes or no? No, you shouldn't move with her. You should try, though, to get better work for yourself, because where you are at right now is not adequate for your needs. And it is like burying yourself or putting your head in the sand. Yeah, it's like what you're used to, what you're comfortable with is not what you're happy with. And there's more potential and more possibility for you elsewhere. The opportunity to move with this woman elsewhere seems tempting at first, but as you're already feeling, there's nothing really established there. So it's going to be risky for you. And even though she may be taking on a job at another company and pulling people with her under her, there's a lot of insecurity in where she's going for her. But what Spirit wants, so it's been very confusing for you, because on one hand, you know where you're at is sort of not going anywhere. And you kind of feel you need to do something. So she moves elsewhere and you're thinking, is this where I should go? The answer is probably not, because it's not established. And I don't feel she's going to do so well. So
if I stay where I am, there's a possibility that I can advance and get into a position that I'm longing for.
Well, that's your answer. Is you need to find work that's better for you. It could be in the same company, and so it is something you're longing for. They already said it was something that you're wanting to do, and that you are uniquely prepared to do. So give me the title or the kind of work it is. I'm going to drill down a little bit on that for you, Deb.
Okay, patient care secretary.
Patient care secretary. Can she get this job? You're uniquely qualified for this because you've demonstrated both administrative and patient care type skills, but you've never combined them into one position. So yeah, I think that this is something you can get. And so I'm going to go back and go right to the beginning of the message, which was don't hide. Don't keep your head in the sand. That's what they mean by that. Go forward. Don't take the job with that woman, but go after this job in the company or something like this anywhere, elsewhere, out of this company, whatever, but in a place that's established and secure, because you can't afford to be on thin ice. But I do feel that you have a unique background for this job that they can't easily find.
I think that you really did hit the nail on the head when you said the deer in the headlights, because she called each one of us individually today on our cell phones to let us know that, tomorrow might be her last day.
Wow.
And she just wanted to prepare us. So I think you've got the fear that, that shock,
yeah,
right away. Because I think I'm still in that state of sort of shock, and what do I do? I don't feel real secure with going with her at this other place.
You shouldn't go with her. You should go out, but you should move forward in your life, in your career life. And where you're at now is like avoidance. Mm-hmm. It's not moving you forward in any way. You do need to move up the ladder in some way for your own happiness. And also using who you are, and so I like that job, the patient care secretary. That's a nice position for you. And I can't say
I've done that before.
Yeah,
I've done that. Well, it's actually at another place. It was called a care team coordinator.
There you go. So you have the background. You're very unique, and that you do have both skills, both administrative and patient care. So I do feel you're very employable for that. And the most important thing is don't stay where you are much longer, because it's like I'll give you, I know you don't really get this metaphor, I keep saying it, but like keeping your head in the sand. It's like sometimes we avoid the risk of change because we're used to where we're at. And so Spirit wants you to know you can do better for yourself. Go right ahead, sweetie. You're going to get what you want.
Okay.
Thank you, love. I'm going to let you go now. Thank you, honey.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. All right, I want to thank everybody for calling in this evening.
90 seconds.
We have about a minute and a half left. I just want to remind everybody that if you want a private session with me, go to spiritmediumtv.com and you can book an on-sale private session with me. If you'd like to be in to win a free session with me, just go to Spirit Medium TV. And on the right is an opportunity to join our mailing list. And there you will find you'll be in the contest to win a free session.
60 seconds.
So thank you, everybody, so much. Namaste. See you Wednesday or next Monday. Bye.